I want to share with you today a very, very deep idea that I understood from the Arizal. We know that we've been speaking about Atika telling Milsa that many, many things are contingent on Atika. Atik, Kadisha, and Atika, Atik, and Arich, these are very, very high Nagas of Hashem. So the Rizal says something very interesting. It says that the Yesod of Atik is very, very short. Right? And why is that? The Yesod of Atik is very short. Yesod is the sphere which transfers the Ashpoah, the influence down to this world. So the Arizal says the Yesod of Atik is very short. And why is that? I believe the explanation is as follows, because it's very hard to get to Atik, right? To get to Atik, as a Makubal in the old city told me 2 days ago, he said, because depending on the amount of and um, concentration and kavana and intention and depth we have in our prayers, that's how high up they're going to go. And if we really, really have a deep concentration and be tachan in Hashem and complete reliance on Hashem, then it is possible to get to Atik. Yeah, but the people who can get to Atik are few and far between. Right. So therefore, the Yesod of Atik, the Ashpoah that it gives, is very short because there's so few people who can get there. It doesn't need to be so big. So if you want to be from the people, if you want to be from the individuals who is Zoiche to get to Atik, so the way to do it is just complete reliance on Hashem. Drop everything in this world. Don't believe that your actions can do anything, and throw yourself totally into Hashem's hands. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't do anything, right? Because Hashem has put us in a world where we need to do. Yeah, we need to do. But you need to do, and you need to understand that our actions do absolutely nothing. It's all Hashem. And when you come to that clarity, an absolute clarity, which, as the Nefesh HaChaim says based on the Gemara in Chulin Daf Zayin and Beis, that's Eino Mulvado. When you come to that absolute clarity, that's Atika telling Milsa. This is the level that Klal Yisrael, the Jewish people, reached when they were Kriyas Yamsuf. As the Zohar says, Atika telling Milsa, you come to that level, then you'll be from the chosen few, right? Atika telling Milsa. And then you will benefit from the hashpah that's coming from the Yesod of Atik and receive its tremendous, tremendous shepa, as it's called. This tremendous light that comes from Atik. When you hit that light, you've hit a very, very special place. So let's all try our best, right? When we come to daven, realize, as the Shulchan Aruch says in Siman Tzadiches, right? When you come to daven, you have to take everything out of this world. You have to imagine that this world doesn't exist. The only thing in this world that exists is the Kadosh Baruch Hu and this world. I'm in the middle of a class right now. Copacabana, Brazil. Carioca. Judeo. Yes. Obrigado. Yeah. Okay. So you meet people. Who knows? You're going to meet here at the coast. The idea is like this. Yeah. So when you step up to daven, when you take 3 steps forward, and you enter the realm of Shemon Esrei, you're in a completely different dimension. You're in a dimension where there is no physical world. You're in Atzilus. We know there's 4 worlds, right? There's Atzilus, Bria, Yetzirah, and Asiya, right? We are in the lowest level of Asiya. Asiya is the world where you do things where there's physicality, right? That's where we are when we start davening in brachos and korbanos. When you move to Psuki de Zimra, you've moved up from Atzia to Yesira. When you get to Kriya Shema, then you're moving up to the world of Bria. And when you get to Shemon Esrei, you're at Tzilis. There's nothing else. There's no physical creation. There's nothing in the world, only Hashem. This is the way a person is meant to be when he is in Shemon, or she is in Shemon Esrei. Nothing in the physical world exists. There's only Hashem. This is the thought, and when you hit this thought, then Atika Talimosa. Then you come close to Hashem. And the Yesod of Atik, which is short, can be mashpia onto you the greatest success that's possible for a human being to have in this world. We should all be zoiche during our Shemona Esrei to follow this pattern, to slowly, one step after the other, pull ourselves away from this world, pull ourselves out of the physical world. I received an email yesterday asking me, what about this hour that we're supposed to have before Shemona Esrei? Where do we find that today? Right. So the Prima Garden says that this hour, we fulfill this hour through Karbanos, through Brachos, through Psuki de Zimra, Birkas Kriyashma. Right. Now in most shuls there is not an hour before before we get to Shemona Esrei. The only shul I believe that I've seen this is when I daven in Forest Hills by Beit Gabriel, the Bukharian shuls, and maybe also some Sephardi shuls where they spend a lot of time in korbanos and in psukkah de zimra, right? Kol hakavod to them, right? The point of this hour is to totally eliminate, pull ourselves out of the physical world and raise ourselves up to the highest levels of Atzilus. Hashem should help us to get there, and we should be zoiche to reach in our tefillas the highest levels. Amen. Kain Tiratzon.